Hi guys. So before we move on to the abilities, to the builds, let let's take a look first at the abilities of Nekros. So I remove his first ability, Soul Punch for Gloom, because Soul Punch is a useless ability for me here. We don't have allies to revive, and displacing our enemy is just not a way of playing to me because I just want to constantly kill them. And displacing them is just an annoying thing for me. But if you want to, you can spam this ability. Just take some inspiration on my build and guide. I'm not saying that it is an absolute or it is a must do build. Yeah, just take some inspiration. So I remove his first ability for Gloom because Gloom is a good crowd control ability that slows down enemy and constantly lifesteal if it is on. So equipping primary weapon, using primary weapon or melee you will just be able to constantly lifesteal, which is a good survivability also. So moving on to the Terrify. Terrify helps you also slow down enemy and help you not be attacked by enemy. And also it reduces the armor reduction, but we will not be building Nekros on strength, so armor reduction is useless on this build. And with its augment creeping terrify, yeah, the creeping terrify is the one that slows down enemy, so you need the augment. So desecrate with its despoil can help you spend your um, can help you redirect the drain on energy to health. And with us constantly life stealing on Gloom, health is not really an issue. And with its looting ability, extra 50% of loots, we will be always getting health orbs. So yeah, more health, and also more energy because of the health orb with equilibrium. And moving on, Shade of Shadow, this is a good knockdown immunity and also aggro, but mostly aggro. And with the Shield of Shadow, yeah, the Shield of Shadow is the reason for knockdown immunity. Also, I put Shield of Shadow so that we can see where our enemy at. Our shadows at, not our enemy, our shadow. So, now let's proceed with the builds. Brief respite for the aura gives 150% of energy spent to shield while overshield are inactive. This one is a good way for us to shield gate, canning drift for more range, equilibrium for energy. When you get health orbs, you will get energy. When you get energy orbs, you will get health also. So vice versa. You can get both when you are, yeah, just vice versa getting energy. So this one is for our energy. Augureach for more range, Shield of Shadow for knockdown immunity. Put this one as our prime sure-footed. But if you have prime sure-footed, this is not a must. Uh, we only need our shadow for aggroing. And also, if you have prime sure-footed, you can just put it here and just put stretch here, much more better, I think. I never tried it, but if you have the time, maybe you can try on yourself. So next we have the spoil. Desecrate no longer consume energy but consume health, which is good for us because we will be constantly life stealing. And with us always getting that energy orb, health orbs I mean, it will not be a problem to us. Next we have prime continuity for ability duration. Why ability duration? Because it gives us a lot of time in our Terrify. But we are always constantly spamming our creeping Terrify. So, why? Because we have the Shield of Shadow. If you want to, your shadow to stay much more longer and not waste a lot of energy because we have only 188 of energy. You need this one for them to stay much more longer because when you spawn them, they will have the same energy, they will have the same armor, they have the same health as your enemies. But the problem with this one is they will die fast because of your health decay. So having that prime continuity help us to retain our shadow much more longer. So they will not die on the attack of the enemy, they will die on the train. Health decay. So Creeping Terrify, this is why I made this build because Creeping Terrify gives you 60% movement reduction and Gloom also give you movement reduction. So starting this both together will help a lot for us to not build so much on energy and prioritize other attributes of Nekros. So streamlined for that ability efficiency. Mm, yeah, this one is much more better than Prime Flow for me. For you, you can just put your Prime Flow also. It will work, I think, but you will always need to constantly look at your mana because it will not be always be on full health. And also when you die, the problem here is you need to regain a lot of mana and having that 75 mana cost and 7 100 mana cost is not really gonna be helpful when you die because when you die your mana cost will be measly about 100 maybe, I think. So with this with streamline, when you die you just cast your second ability, regains a little bit on mana, spawn your despoil, then kill some enemies, then you can have the shadow of the dead again. So we'll be going back up again for much more killing. You can watch my video later. Later you just click on the link on the description below. You will see how I made my Necros stay on Steelpath for 1 hour. No problem at all in mod survival. So next is natural talents. Improves your casting speed, which is a good ability if you are spawning your enemy in front of them. Because honestly, this Gloom, Desecrate, and your Shadow of the Dead is so slow that it just so annoying. So natural talent can improve your casting speed for us to not die also while doing your animation. Okay? So for the arcanes, I just put arcane acceleration for my Brahma to just constantly kill, for the fire rate because our Brahma is, yeah, the fire rate on Brahma is not really that good. The charge rate, I mean, not the fire rate, the charge rate. And Arcane Strike for your melee because, yeah, you can put also other. I have not yet do a in-depth study on the Arcane, so I just put Arcane Acceleration first and Arcane Strike. But this build is good even though we don't have any Arcanes. Next, let's move on to the Brahma. So I build my Brahma like this: Serration for damage, Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Vigilante Ornaments for more multi-shot, Galvanized Aptitude for damage also, and for status chance. We need the status chance because if they don't die on your crit, the status will kill them. With slash status using hunter munition, our start those will be converted to slash instead of impact. Yeah, which is nice because slash impact proc bleeds, and that bleed goes through armor and just kill the enemy. Okay, so vital sense for more critical damage, right round for status chance, and point strat for critical chance. And armor mutation, if you have vigilante ornaments, you can put it here, but for me, I don't have, so I just put arrow mutation because arrows, I think, rarely drop on any missions. So arrow mutation for me is a good way to replenish my pickups, my arrow pickups. And primer celeste for the damage again. So this one damage plus this one damage plus this one damage. You will just be constantly killing your enemy, and also with slash damage you will be having two bodies, slice in a half, and more loots for us. So for our Panzer Pulpavila, this is my build. There's nothing special here. So sin fiber for us to get that health orb even though we are on full health. And viral quills for that viral status. Fetch for gather and that collect items including mods. So this one will collect our health, health orbs. And prime animal instinct for enemy radar. Tech assault for that 60% and ignore little damage. And we have armor for more armor, link health for more health, pack leader for life steal, and martyr symbiosis for head gating. If your Panzer Volpabila is not dead and you are low in, what do you call this one, low on health, this will help you regain your health. Yeah, this will just help you survive much more longer with health gating. And also with tech assault, it is, I don't know, but I think it works with tech assault because if your kabat will not die even if martyr symbiosis do proc, I think it's called proc. If your martyr symbiosis do proc, the tech assault will be there for that 60% that it will ignore the little damage. Meaning even though if the, if tech assault proc also because if this one proc 40% of their master health sacrifices itself, it will not sacrifices itself. There will be always 2 per 2 2 health on your kabat, and they will be immune for 4 seconds, which will help us when we are constantly life stealing also. And Panzer Devolution for the Steelpath. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like the video. This one is, I will say that it's not a must build, and I would say that this is just for fun for me. I'm just take some inspiration, just like what I said a while ago. Just take some inspiration. You can build it on your own, but for my suggestion, you don't really need to build it on strength with creeping Terrify because it already gives you 60% damage, slow reduction, and the Gloom with more reduction. Yeah, building it on strength, I'm just finding a way to make Nekros more interactive and more fun. I'm I'm just new to the game, I think, because I just played less than 200 days on Warframe. It is not a must build. It is not a must build, but for me, I would say that it is already my end game build because I can stay as long as more than 1 hour if I want to. You can watch my previous video on how to play this, on how to play this build on Nekros. On Yeah, you can just watch my previous video. This is just also for fun. I'm not here for the subscription, I'm not here for the likes. I just want you to share my build, which I think it is fun and awesome and interactive at the same time, because you will just be constantly spamming all your abilities and there is no useless ability on my build. Yeah, it's just for fun. Anyway, I'm just saying this, I'm not that good at creating anyway content. Yeah, this just for fun. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again next time if I have any build that I can come up again. Bye bye.